Wow, look at all these grapefruit. We're gonna have an amazing time with these, and I wanna try something different today. Recently, I had a friend present me a cocktail that I would have never made myself, with ingredients that confound logical deliciousness, but was absolutely incredible. So we're going to use all of these in pursuit of little-known cocktails that you might have overlooked, but are exceptionally delicious. Now these grapefruit are small. They probably didn't get enough water, but here's the thing. These are going to be so tart. Many classic cocktail recipes, especially tiki cocktails, would use the Dunkin' variety, a very tart white grapefruit that was in wide use before the popularity of the Ruby, which was marketed as a sweeter alternative. So I'm excited to use these because I believe they will mimic the original recipe way better than modern whites, which are usually some pomelo hybrid which are bred for sweetness. I'm going to go wash and juice all of these, and we'll return with the first two cocktails, the Mediterranean Sunset and the Blinker. The first cocktail, the Mediterranean Sunset, is Galliano, Ouzo, or other anise-flavored liquor, grapefruit juice, and grenadine. I would have never thought this would be good, but there it is, an amazing cocktail where the anise plays exceptionally well with the grapefruit and the syrup. The Blinker is a 1934 classic with almost the same specs, but we're replacing the anise with twice as much rye. You can see that they are similar in build, though very far apart in flavor. In the Sunset, the anise melds well with the grapefruit and the syrup rounds out any harsh edges. Now this is a small drink, so feel free to double it, but if you want an actual double, use absinthe instead. In the Blinker, the rye is prominent, but highlighted by those other ingredients. Both are amazing. I've got two more for you, and I'll get to them after a word from our sponsor. Grenadine Syrup. Have you ever been disappointed with store-bought grenadine? Looked at that bottle of red corn syrup and thought, there's gotta be a better way. Well, here at Mixology Phrenology, we take a different approach, a more natural approach, with Bitter Steve brand homemade Grenadine Syrup. We use only the finest ingredients, pomegranate juice fresh from the farmer's market, sweet cherries, and raw sugar. The cherries are lovingly blended with the juice and then slowly heated until the sugar dissolves. Once cool, we add just a dash of orange flower water and bottle it just for you. Get your bottle today! The last two cocktails are some interesting creations out of a couple of long-gone New York bars. The first is my riff on the High Noon, which itself is a bittered combination of a margarita and a paloma using mezcal, grapefruit, and bitter liqueur. The other will be the Shifting Sands, which sounds very similar to a Tom Collins that is playing around with maraschino and grapefruit. I'm a sucker for a smoky mezcal cocktail, and this one is fun. The citrus and the mezcal swirl around each other, and the bitter liqueur adds a nice depth. Oh, that's refreshing. Plenty of juice to mellow out the gin, and the maraschino adds a nice touch. I still have a half gallon of grapefruit juice, so maybe I'll find a few more cocktails for next week. And I hope you tune in. Or maybe you'll see a preview of my room party cocktail for the Tiki Caliente Room Crawl. Hit that subscribe button to make sure you get notified.